James Gunn, of course, has a brand new DCU coming, which means new iterations of almost all of the characters. Now, one of the existing characters in the extended DC universe, of course, was from CW's Arrowverse, and that was Grant Gustin, who played the Flash. I thought Grant Gustin was a great CW Flash. I really enjoyed watching him on that show. I mean, I watched the show pretty steadily for about the first 6 seasons. I kind of fell off it after that. I think the show kind of lost its way, but I consider myself a fan of the show and certainly a fan of Grant Gustin. Now, a lot of people who were fans of the show, for all 15 that are out there, really were kind of hoping.
Shots fired.
I mean, listen, I watched the show, but there weren't many of us.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of us that watched the show in comparison. But I mean, there were a lot of people that were hoping that, Grant Gustin would be the new movie version of Flash. That's a mistake. I mean, they're making, you don't go and do that. But, a lot of people really like him. And then James Gunn not long ago mentioned that he's a big admirer of Grant Gustin and would love to work with him sometime, just maybe not as Flash. Well, apparently now, Grant Gustin says him and James Gunn have actually been speaking. This comes from the folks at Comic Book Movie wrote this. Quoting Grant Gustin, says this: "We've never talked about Flash," the actor confirmed. "We've talked. Just like I'm a huge Superman fan. I've always been a Superman fan since I was a kid. So I'm just really excited about the movie, and I'm excited about David Cornsweet's casting." He added, "I'm excited to see what James Gunn does with it." So I think at one point, maybe a couple of different times, we've DM'd about Superman. We've literally never talked Flash. I'm just excited he's doing Superman. All right. Now, what we as movie fans do is we take little comments and make mountains out of them. That's what we do. None of us are innocent of this. We've all done it, including me.
I've never.
So I just do think it's interesting, though, that not long ago, James Gunn, we talked about on the show that James Gunn went out of way to talk and address Grant Gustin and says, I think Grant Gustin's a terrific. I just went to go see him in his stage play. Of course, he's doing Water for Elephants right now. He's on Broadway. Grant Gustin, great actor. And James Gunn saying, I would love to work with Grant Gustin. Would love it. Now, flash forward a month and a half or so. Grant Gustin saying, oh yeah, me and James Gunn have talked. We've DM'd, but we don't talk about Flash. So the question becomes, could this, and granted, I'm acknowledging right up front, we might be reading way too much into this. Totally. All of us might be reading too much into this. But let's follow that path for a second. Let's go down that rabbit trail. Rob, I got 2 questions. One, is it possible we could see Grant Gustin pop up in James Gunn's new DCU? But then 2, are fans going to accept him in the new DCU? Because if he does, he ain't going to be Flash. We know that for certain. He won't be Flash. So could we see James Gunn actually recruit him into the DCU, and will fans be okay with him being in the DC universe that he's not playing the Flash? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think if an actor is well cast in a role, I don't think people really, if the character's great that the actor's cast in, no one's sitting there thinking about what the actor's played in the past. You know, they're thinking about what's going on right now. And like, when I have to tell you, whenever I've seen Chris Evans as Captain America, I have never once thought about him playing Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four movies.
I try not to ever.
You just, well, I mean, it's not from a bad way. It's just when an actor creates an indelible character, you don't think about characters they've previously played. I think maybe that might change in the future with Chris Evans, but you never know. But I think that you just don't do that. You don't compare and contrast. So if he shows up, James Gunn wants to put the best actors. Like, look, when I see Michael Rooker, in Guardians, I don't think that he was Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, even though he was.
Wow, man, deep dive.
And when, to your Chris Evans example, when we watched Knives Out, we weren't thinking Captain America.
Totally not.
Right?
Yeah, you don't. Because actors are supposed to be chameleon-like, and the thing is, a good actor is a good actor. And James Gunn, he loves You know, the thing about it is when he's casting, he doesn't cast because some agent said, "Hey, this role is a big role." He's somebody who's hand picking people. I'm willing to bet that out of left field, James Gunn probably walked in one day and said, "You know who I want to play Pa Kent? I want Pruitt Taylor Vince to play Pa Kent," because he was probably watching something random like JFK. Or Natural Born Killers, or Angel Heart, or something that Pruitt Taylor Vince was in like 30 years ago. Mississippi Burning, something like that. Yeah, and he's like, that's the guy.
Or and a big thank you to Luke Flack in the live chat. Devil's Candy. That was the movie I was thinking about that Pruitt was in. Or he was watching Devil's Candy, which, you know what, is totally the kind of movie James Gunn would
100%. And I think that any true filmmaker, and James Gunn is a consummate filmmaker, you know, you're looking at people like that. You're trying to find actors that you like and want to bring in and work with to create something that's indelibly yours. Because, you know, I'm fixated on certain actors myself, and people that, why would you want to cast them? I'm like, because they're awesome.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's why. That's it.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Miracle Made. Did you know that your temperature at night can have one of the greatest impacts on your sleep quality? If you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Inspired by NASA, Miracle Made uses silver-infused fabrics and makes temperature-regulating bedding so that you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. When they arrived at our house, my wife Ann loved the feel of them so much, she couldn't even wait for me to get home to put them on our bed. Miracle Made has self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevents up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. Miracle Sheets also have incredible comfort and quality. Miracle Sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. So go to TryMiracle, that's TryMiracle.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you will get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to TryMiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's TryMiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Could you see Grant Gustin being in the DCU, not playing the Flash? Do you think that could happen? How would you feel about it? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.